I'm Tim Trivette, president and founder of Much More 520 Radio. Welcome to the Boneyard's little brother, and welcome to muchmore520radio.com. We're sure glad you stopped by. While you're here, hit the listen live button and check out us going can to cane to keep it real while we promote the God of the music and the message on Much More 520 Radio. I wanted to take just a moment today and tell you about how you or someone you know can become part of programming here at Much More 520 Radio. You see, Much More 520 Radio was created from a burden that the Lord laid on our heart to provide real radio relevant to the day in which we live, all the while lifting up and magnifying the mighty and matchless name of Jesus. So many churches, Sunday school classes, youth groups, missionaries, evangelists, and even church members have a desire to share what the Lord has done for them, which we believe is the ultimate calling God has given all of us to share His glorious gospel. Many of these folks are like I was, and just longing for an opportunity or a platform to do just that. Well, sadly, the cost of radio airtime deters many of these people from one of the greatest avenues that we have to share the gospel. Well, God has blessed us with the ability, equipment, and education to broadcast the old story of Jesus and His love through radio, along with the burden to help those that never thought it possible do the very same. We determined in the beginning that Much More 520 Radio would be that ministry that made it possible for anyone to broadcast their story of grace along with the story of the gospel over the radio. We also decided, because of all the Lord has blessed us with, we would never charge a dime for programming here on Much More 520 Radio, as long as it met the criteria that the program kept it real and put a priority on promoting the God of heaven. If you, your church, your ministry, or someone you know fits this criteria and their message would fit the format of Much More 520 Radio, simply contact us. Join us in prayer that God would put His hand all over this new program, and then sit back, settle in, and soak up the blessings of promoting the God of the music and the message by becoming part of programming here at Much More 520 Radio. We'll walk you through all the steps of getting your program ready to air, taking care of all your production that is associated, and help promote your program via muchmore520radio.com, as well as your very own commercial spots to air weekly on Much More 520 Radio. It's just that simple. You can click the link you see here on the homepage called New Programming Application. We'll contact you immediately and get the ball rolling. Again, becoming part of programming here at Much More 520 Radio is and will always be free, as long as your program commits to keep it real and promotes the God of the music and the message. We hope you'll pray about joining the already dynamite group of programs here at Much More 520 Radio and do your part of telling the story of the gospel of Jesus Christ, and that a lost and dying world is in desperate need of hearing, so that we can take everybody we can to heaven with us one day. Only on the station committed to keeping it real, Much More 520 Radio.